Hello, welcome back to Whiskey Wednesday. Another Wednesday, another whiskey review with me, Joe. Now this week I'm sorry, you'll have to excuse me. I actually lost my voice, so you might find my voice goes during the video, but just bear with me. But I still wanted to record, so you could, have a review every week. So, continuing my Overeem Tweed tastings, the Tasmanian single malt, distilled and made at the old Hobart Distillery. Last week was the sherry cask matured, 43% bottling. This week I'm maturing the same whiskey, but the cask strength version at 60%. So let's have a little taste of this. Now, as I said on my first video, if you wanted to re-watch it or go back, half the barley, they use for their spirits is peated. So you do get a lovely kind of slight smokiness throughout all their whiskies, a slight kind of sweet, kind of earthy peatiness. It is Tasmanian peat they use, it is Tasmanian barley. And this is matured in a sherry cask. All the casks they use are very, very small quarter cask size. So although the whiskies are young, because they are maturing in smaller casks, it's giving more oak contact and it's giving a much richer flavour, a much richer smell, and a much more intensity after only a few years. So most of the whiskies they release are around about 4 to 5 years old. So let's go for this. This is cask strength. As some of you know, I know some of you don't like the fact that I don't add water to cask strength whiskies when I review them. Don't get me wrong, when I try them after the review I will add water. I just think with all my reviews I want to keep it consistent. So that if you were to try this, you would be trying the tasting notes I would just be describing from this without having any water added. Obviously water all around the world is added in different quantities. It's different styles of water, whether that be tap, bottle, etc. So I'm just keeping reviews consistent. I never add water when I'm reviewing whiskies on my channel, but I definitely do add water when I'm drinking. Anyway, let's get on to the nose. Again, apologies for my voice. Oh. Okay, on the nose. 2 seconds. On the nose. Getting kind of lots of oak this time. Lots of upfront oakiness. That kind of smoky charred oak, black pepper, almost like kind of burnt Christmas cake. Lots of sherry notes coming through, lots of dried fruits. It almost reminds me of like a kind of a really quite old bourbon, which is quite weird to say considering it's come from the sherry cask. But I think it's just that the small oak, so it's giving a lot of oak flavour. Nuts, peanuts, dark chocolate, nougat. Okay, right. Almost like kind of really, really, really dark toffee, demerara sugar. Okay, onto the taste. Hopefully this cask strength whiskey will sort my throat out, you never know. Or it might make it worse, I'm not sure. Okay, first taste, lots of upfront sweetness. Sweet kind of, it's almost like a kind of Cabernet Sauvignon, red wine style. Really rich black currants, black forest fruits, all from that kind of sherry cask. Developing nicely now as well. Yeah, so kind of first taste, I'm getting black fruits, Cabernet Sauvignon wine, those kind of flavours, kind of all rich. And a sweetness as well. Upfront sweetness, fineness. Have another taste. On the second taste, the kind of sweet fruitiness develops, so I'm getting more kind of like strawberry creams, chocolatey notes. There's almost like a kind of like a kind of cherry sweet, kind of candied cherries as well going on. Let's have one more taste. On the third taste, there's a kind of a tanginess on the finish, so I'm getting almost like a kind of a tangy red fruit, kind of cranberries, red currants. I really taste the barley coming through as well, that kind of biscuity, malty barley. And just a lovely warm, kind of warm, smoky, very almost earthy peatiness that comes through right on the finish, and that'll come from that little bit of barley that they use, that you get with all the Overeem whiskies. It's absolutely lovely. I'm now going to try that afterwards with a little bit of water, see if it kind of warms, see if it takes some of the flavours to expand. Score-wise, I think that's delicious. I think it does stand up to some of your kind of your big famous Scottish names. Or it almost reminds me of maybe something like the GlenDronach cask strength, that kind of flavour. Really, really, really tasty. That for me is a solid 8 out of 10. Really enjoyable whiskey, really tasty. And again, because it's so young, I'm amazed at the taste and at the quality. And it just shows you again that I said last week that you can get a really, really good whiskey at a young age. 8 out of 10 for the cask strength sherry matured Overeem Tasmanian single malt at 60%. Right, if you have tasted any Overeem, please let me know, leave me a comment, please share the video. More than grateful if you could, and I will see you sometime soon, next week or maybe later in the week, for yet another whiskey review with me, Joe. Cheers guys, bye bye.